Welcome, my fellow visionaries. Welcome to the Royal Kingdom. I have to adjust my crown so it's in the camera. Well, today is another episode of the Royal Diaries. So I am going to title this one, Can I Trust My Lying Eyes? It was crazy, but let's jump into it. So here we go. Every kingdom is shaped not only by its ruler, but also by those who faithfully serve the crown. Within these walls live individuals of remarkable character. Some strengthen the kingdom, others test it. Every one of them serves a purpose. So, welcome to the royal kingdom. All right, so here's my entry. Dear Trading Diary, I want to title today's ledger, Are You Going to Trust Your Lying Eyes? This morning I took a trade that again, confidence outweighed confirmation. I was confident and impulsive. I hit the buy button and was pretty sure my trade would hit TP. Let's see what happened. So the scene opens in the Royal Library. The morning sunlight spills through the stained glass windows, painting the polished oak floor in shades of purple and gold. Lord Percy sits at his usual desk, reviewing the kingdom's ledgers. The grand doors open. Queen Victoria enters with a slight grin on her face instead of her usual serious expression. She removes her gloves, places today's trading diary on Percy's desk, and quietly says, Well, my eyes lied to me again. Lord Percy slowly removes his spectacles, raises one eyebrow, looks over at the top of the diary, then quietly replies, Did they, Your Majesty? She laughs. Apparently so. Queen Victoria's ledger. This morning I took a trade where once again confidence outweighed confirmation. I was confident, I was impulsive, and apparently I was also in a tremendous hurry. I saw what looked like a beautiful opportunity. I hit the buy button. I was almost certain price was headed straight to take profit. There was only one tiny little detail. Market open was only minutes away. Naturally, instead of waiting, I made another adjustment. I tightened my stop loss more than I normally would. Another deviation. Another, I know better. Another invitation for the market to teach me some manners. Price politely walked down, tapped my stop loss, thanked me for my donation, and promptly continued in the direction I thought it would go from the very beginning. At that point, I couldn't even be angry. I actually laughed because, honestly, I deserved the consequence. Afterwards, I replayed the trade over and over again in my mind, not because I was upset, but because I wanted to understand what really happened. Finally, it hit me. I believed my lying eyes instead of believing my confirmations. My eyes said, Look, it's moving. My checklist quietly replied, Perhaps, but we haven't been invited yet. My eyes have served me faithfully over the last few decades. They've helped me drive cars, investigated crimes, cared for my birds, avoided me walking into walls, and somehow still find chocolate in the pantry. They've earned my trust. But charts are different. My eyes are wonderful at seeing movement, They are terrible at knowing when that movement deserves my money. Here's the funny part. Eventually, I caught the wave. Once confirmation finally arrived, I jumped aboard. I had to scramble a little bit, but I caught it. And what a beautiful ride it was, which made me realize something. It wasn't my idea that was wrong, it was my timing. The lesson? So today's question became, who am I going to believe? My lying eyes or confirmation? Don't misunderstand me. My eyes aren't malicious, they're just impatient. Now, here's the bigger victory. Something else happened today. A few months ago, getting stopped out would have ruined my entire morning. Today, it became my evidence. Evidence that I broke one of the royal rules of engagement. And that, my fellow visionaries, is progress. Because every time I actually follow the royal rules, the kingdom wins more often. And slowly, I'm beginning to trust them. Even when my eyes are yelling, go, go, go. Now, the royal council. Percy smiles. Your Majesty, may I suggest that your eyes are not liars, merely enthusiastic scouts? Queen Victoria chuckles. Enthusiastic scouts? Indeed. Scouts are supposed to report what they see. They are not authorized to declare war. Only the crown may do that. Queen Victoria suddenly nods slowly. So my eyes may notice, Percy finishes his sentence, but only the crown confirms. Now, here is something I thought may be useful. Percy reaches into his velvet pouch and places 3 royal magnets upon the war room table. 1, 2, 3. Each bears the kingdom's crest. Your Majesty, these are no ordinary magnets. They represent the kingdom's weekly campaigns. He points to one first. Each magnum grants permission to wage one campaign. A campaign may contain up to 2 trades. Lose the first battle, you may regroup and fight once more. Lose the second, the campaign is over. He gently slides the magnets into a small wooden chest labeled Completed Campaign. No appeals, no revenge, no negotiations. The Queen has spoken. Queen Victoria smiles. And what if I wait all day and never receive confirmation? Percy immediately pushes the magnet back towards her. Then the campaign has not yet begun. Patience should never be punished. She nods approvingly. Excellent. Now there is a bonus campaign. Percy reveals 2 golden magnets. These cannot be purchased, nor earned through profit. Queen Victoria looks intrigued. Then how are they earned? Percy smiles. Governance. A parchment appears listing 5 requirements. You must wait for confirmation. You must follow the royal checklist. Maximum 2 trades. No revenge trading. And your journal must have been completed. Complete 3 campaigns with faithful governance, and the Royal Council grants you 1 bonus campaign. Complete them with 0 impulsive entries. He places the second golden magnet beside the first. And the kingdom grants 2. Queen Victoria laughs. So the reward for discipline, Percy bows, is more trust. Queen Victoria walks towards the library window, overlooking the kingdom. She smiles. Perhaps my eyes aren't lying after all, she pauses. Perhaps they simply need permission to observe instead of permission to decide. Sir Stewie quietly hangs a new sign in the war room that reads, "The eyes observe and the crown confirms." Today, my fellow visionaries, I was tempted to write today off as, am I going to believe my lying eyes? And after much thought and reflection, I realized that the markets will do fake outs. They'll do all kind of things to make us jump into the trade. However, and we might actually see something that we're like sure that's going to be the great trade. It's going to be a great buy or a sell. We're going to miss the train. We've got to jump in. And we didn't check for confirmation. So now I'm learning to not just trust what I see, but give myself a breather in between and check that checklist. Make sure that it lines up. And if it does, then I am granted permission to enter the trade, but only after confirmation. So, guys, that is my episode for today. Am I going to believe my lying eyes? Well, my eyes are only there to see, but the checklist is there to grant permission. So, my fellow visionaries, once again, thank you for joining another episode. And I will see you tomorrow, or I will be back tomorrow for another episode of the Royal Diaries.